going, guys? I'm Chase Lee, and I have another movie to review for you guys, and that would be The Invitation. Now, I literally just got done watching this, and I rarely do this. I had to get on my YouTube channel, and I was like, I have to review this movie. So let's review The Invitation. Let's get real and break this down because there's a lot to discuss, and I will tell you guys this right now. I cannot stress this enough. This is one of the best movies of the year so far. It is one of the best thrillers of the year so far. It is an amazing film. So let's do this. Let's break this down. So we'll start with the writing and directing. Now, believe it or not, it is actually written by guys who wrote Clash of the Titans, Aeon Flux, and R.I.P.D. And it's like, that makes no sense because this movie is so expertly written in terms of its story and just the way the dialogue is constructed. It is so sharp and it keeps you so engaged. Every character is so mysterious. You want to know more about them. And believe it or not, there's actually a lot of depth to this movie. There's a lot of depth to the main character, and you understand more as to why he feels paranoid sometimes, why he feels this angst and this anger and all this emotion behind him, and it's just outstanding to watch. And that's the thing about this this movie. I don't want to tell you guys what it's about. Essentially, the basic thin plot is that this guy played by Logan Marshall Green is invited to his ex-wife's house, and that's all I'm going to tell you. He gets there and he starts feeling suspicious of things happening around him, and it's just that I don't want to say any more because then I feel like I'll spoiling anything. But like I said, there's surprisingly a lot of depth to this movie in terms of the characters and the story and stuff, and it plays with your senses. It's suspenseful at times. It's filled with tension. It's very emotional. It's very horrific sometimes. So it's like there's a lot going on in this story, and I have to give that credit with the tone and the atmosphere to the director because she really brought this to life. Once again, very confused by the filmography. She also directed Aeon Flux and Jennifer's Body with Megan Fox. I didn't like that movie at all, but I love this film. She creates such a mood and an atmosphere as soon as the movie starts. It opens up with a very engaging scene. It grabs you by the throat and goes, this is what this movie might become. And you are sucked in from the moment it starts. And when they get inside the house, you can feel the dread and the misery. It's just soaked so much in that film that you want to see what happens. You want to see how in the hell this movie ends, and it just keeps you on your feet. I remember there was a couple scenes where it was so suspenseful that my heart was beating very fast. I haven't done that in a movie in a long time. So the suspense is there. The horror is there. The dread is there. The emotion is there. There's so much depth to this movie. I cannot believe it. Because when you watch the trailer, it looks like a generic horror film. There's so much more to this. It is insane. So I have to give huge amounts of credit to the writing and the directing in this film because it is expertly done and is one of the best suspense horror thrillers I have seen in a long time. It is a psychological horror. It messes with you. It is fantastic. So what the main character's going through, the director throws it back on us. It makes us feel paranoid like him and stuff. It's incredible. It's very immersive as a film-going experience, and you really are in this house with these people. So that's what the writing and directing. I know I'm gushing about it, but just trust me on this one. Just trust me. Acting-wise, everyone is on point. Logan Marshall Green, the last thing I saw of him was Prometheus, which I really like, by the way. But he was outstanding in this film. Everyone does a great job. I guess my only little nitpick, if I had to pick one, is that some of the supporting cast is a bit wooden, a little bit in their line deliveries. It's not like all the time. It's just kind of like occasionally very, very sparsely throughout where I'll be like, oh, that wasn't really delivered well. But it didn't really take me out of the movie at all because I was so sucked into the story and the characters and stuff. But some of the acting from the supporting cast was, not delivered very well. But in terms of the story and the characters themselves, they're very well constructed. It's a really great supporting cast. Everyone's got a motive. Everyone's got a reason for doing what they're doing and stuff. And like I said, don't want to go into spoilers or anything, but everyone does an amazing job. But Logan Marshall Green is outstanding in this film. Cinematography-wise, this film is, like I said, the tone and the atmosphere and the mood are all there, and it keeps you on the edge of your seat the entire time. But the way it's shot and the way it's constructed in that house, you feel claustrophobic. But at the same time, you feel very welcome. It's very inviting, pun intended. When you go inside the house, it's very warm with the oranges and the golds of the lights and stuff. But it's a nice contrast to the creepiness that's happening and having Logan Marshall Green's character going, there's something not right here. So I thought it was really well shot, very claustrophobic and very inviting and opening at the same time. So it is shot very, very well. Editing-wise, movie's an hour and 40 minutes. You will not even feel it slow down whatsoever. The pace and the rhythm is done so well in this movie. I was actually impressed that I was watching each scene was there for a reason. Nothing was wasted. It was a tight, just rhythmed movie. I don't know how else to describe it. It's just a really well done psychological thriller. And when you get immersed into this story, you won't even know that you're watching a movie. You feel like you're in this with the characters and stuff, and the time is irrelevant. So as far as the editing and the pace of it, it is just spot on and so good. And I rarely ever talk about sound design and sound editing unless it's like super prevalent in the movies. But the sound design of this movie with the music is so eerie and creepy. That's how it adds like the horror element to this movie while the suspense is going on with the story. It's a great combination of genres, and it creeps you out. It gets under your skin, and you're like, get out of here. It really sticks with you. It's kind of like that eerie, like scratching of like, the guitar strings or whatever, like, it's kind of, I can't do it because I can't make that noise. But it's just the way it's constructed and the way the sound design is. It's just like it's nails on a chalkboard, but it complements the story so well and whatnot. It's just it's so eerie in some parts, but it's really well with the way the footage is edited and the way the sound design is and the way the music is. It all just comes together and attacks all your senses. It's amazing. Guys, once again, I cannot stress this enough. This is one of the best movies of the year so far. It is definitely in my top 10 as it stands, unless something can beat it. It will probably be the best psychological thriller of this year, the best thriller this year, the best suspenseful film, and the best horror film. The way I feel about this movie is the way I feel about The Gift from last year, where I saw the trailers for The Gift or whatnot, and they looked pretty bad. I was like, oh, this looks like an average little horror movie, but I was pleasantly surprised on how suspenseful it was and how intense it was and how engaged I was with the movie. This is the exact same way. The Invitation is an outstanding film. The only gripe I have with it is that some of the supporting actors were a little bit wooden, but that's just in some scenes. So for that very reason, I'm going to give The Invitation an A. It is definitely one of the best movies of the year. Please, if you can find it, go find it. Draft House Films made it, Alamo Draft House. So it might be playing in a couple of Alamo Draft Houses across the country or wherever the Alamos are at. And I know it's on iTunes. I saw it on iTunes. I wasn't going to go see it in theaters, actually, but I decided to stay home and watch it. And I was still immersed into it. I wasn't taken out of it just because I was at home. I was glued in, and I could not believe an hour and 40 minutes flew by just like that. This is a great film. Please, please, for the love of everything that is holy, go see this. It is one of my favorites of the year. So have you seen The Invitation, or have you even heard of it? Comment a place right up on my face and let me know. And thanks for watching, guys. I'm Chase Lee, and tune in next time for whatever I review next. See you guys later. Go see The Invitation. Please do it. Do it now. Okay, bye.